welcome to my very first video on this channel, So Sarah Sewed. So my name is Sarah and I have been sewing for about 1.5 years now, and one of my favourite things to do while I'm sewing is watching other people's vlogs about their own sewing, their plans and their makes, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll make one as well. So thank you very much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be talking about my plans for September. It is the 1st of September here in Melbourne, Australia, as I film this video. It's a beautiful day here and I am wearing my Stillen t-shirt, a pattern by French Navy, and the fabric I've used is from Dupes Designs in Australia, just a really light cotton jersey. I'll stand up and show you, which I love wearing. So I'll get on to my plans for September. So my first plan for September is to make the Gilbert top by Helen's Closet. I picked up this pattern in Helen's 5th birthday sale recently, and I have a friend at work. I'm a teacher and my friend is also a teacher, and we decided in our upcoming school holidays we would make a pattern at the same time, maybe do some sew-alongs together, and we settled on the Gilbert top. So I am going to use a fabric that I had in my stash. I bought this almost 1 year ago from We Are the Fabric Store. And it's a linen, a striped linen. I think this will work really, really well for the Gilbert top. I was thinking about perhaps doing a dress hack, but I think I'll get more use out of a top. I'll put the line drawings next to me, but I'm planning on making the one that's got the tie front. This is an intermediate pattern from Helen's Closet, and I've only ever tackled one other intermediate pattern before, also a Helen's Closet pattern. That was the March top, but I know that Helen's Closet patterns are so well explained. I think that I might be ready to tackle this one, and I think doing it with my friend at the same time will also help me get over the line, so I'm looking forward to that one. The second plan I have is to make another t-shirt. I wear this one all the time, and with the weather getting warmer, I'm just looking to find just a couple more t-shirts in my wardrobe. And so I actually have another Dupes fabric. Just bought this recently. I only got 1 meter because I knew that would be enough to make another Stillen t-shirt. It's just a really, really lightweight, 100% cotton, and looks like that. And that's from Dupes Designs. The Stillen tee is a free pattern by French Navy, and it's quite boxy, but I think when I'm using something that's quite light like this jersey and like this one will be, it has enough drape that it doesn't feel too boxy on me. So the weather here, although it's getting a little bit warmer, we are still going to have plenty of opportunities to be wearing jumpers and feeling cozy still. I've already made a couple of the Tilly and the Buttons Billy jumpers, and I'm going to make another one. I actually bought some French terry from Spotlight. I couldn't resist it. It's this May Gibbs fabric, and I'm going to make a Billy jumper out of that. I was a little bit concerned that it might look a little bit like pajamas with the pastel colors, so I'm going to actually make the balloon sleeve view again for this one. I think the balloon sleeve view just gives it a little bit of a more formal kind of look, as opposed to just the sweatshirt kind of view, which I think in this fabric might look a little bit too much like pajamas. I'm also thinking there might be a little bit left over that I might be able to make perhaps something small. I've got a niece who is due to be born tomorrow. She lives in Hong Kong, but I think this fabric will make something really special for her as well. And one other thing I'm planning to make this September is the Anthea blouse by Anna Allen Patterns. This was released a few months ago and it looks absolutely beautiful. I've seen so many beautiful versions on Instagram. I'm a little bit nervous about it with all the buttons because it's not something I'm really used to doing, but looking forward to it as well. I received a voucher for the Rifle Paper Company shop for my birthday a few months ago, and one of the fabrics I picked up was this cotton, and I'm going to make my Anthea blouse in this. It's not the thinnest cotton in the world, but so I think the sleeves will have quite a bit of volume, but I'm embracing that and I quite like that look. So I'm looking forward to that one. It will be a challenge as well with this one and the Gilbert top. We're actually in lockdown here and there is no date or any sign that we'll be coming out of it anytime soon. So one of my challenges I think for this one and for the Gilbert top will be purchasing buttons online. So we'll see how we go with that one. One other thing I am needing to do this month is, as I mentioned before, I've got a baby niece who will be born tomorrow as I film this video, and I am making a quilt for her. So I've made the quilt top already, the Maisie quilt by Penelope Handmade, and this month I need to get it quilted and bound and sent to Hong Kong. So that is my other plan. I'll show you the quilt. So this is the Maisie quilt by Penelope Handmade. It's actually the first quilt that I have made on the machine. I've been making quilts for a number of years, but only by hand piecing. So they've always taken me many, many months, if not years, to complete. So it was pretty fun to whip up one on the machine, although it was quite an intense sew with the number of seams. It was a good learning experience though. I'll be putting that together with this backing fabric. It's an Art Gallery beautiful cotton from Art Gallery Fabrics, which I got from Jodie at Scribbly Gum Fabric Company. And in fact, she helped put this custom bundle together with these fabrics to match this backing, which was really fun. And then if I get time, the last thing I'm planning to make in September is another collar, another Tilly collar from Tilly and the Buttons. It's another free pattern. I made one last month, and I love how fun it is and how quick it is to just brighten up an outfit. The pattern actually says that you need, I think, 1 meter of fabric, and I have a lot of fat quarters in my stash. So because my first one was a fabric that was not directional, I didn't go on the grain line. So you can see in the pattern piece, the grain line makes the actual, it's quite long, and then here's the fold. So it's quite an awkward kind of shape piece of fabric that you need, which is why you usually need more than 1 meter. But I just decided to ignore the grain line, and it fit on a fat quarter pretty easily. But the one I'd like to make this month is a directional print. And I've still only got a fat quarter of it. And this is another Rifle Paper Company fat quarter that I got a little while ago. So it's pretty small, and there's no way that this will be able to fit on the fold. So with this one, I'm planning to add a seam at the back. So we'll see how we go with that as well. I have one more thing I would like to share with you that I'm planning on hopefully finishing in September, and that is a knitting project. So I actually started knitting. I decided to learn how to knit again at Easter this year. So I had learned to knit as a child. I knew how to knit into purl, but I'd never done anything like casting on or off. And I decided this was a good time to start. And thank you to YouTube, I've been able to learn all sorts of techniques that I never had been able to master before. So I'm currently making the Novice Cardigan Chunky Edition by Petite Knit. It's rated as a beginner pattern, 1 star I think out of 5. And so far I'm working on the yoke. So just done a little bit of the top, but this is knitted on mainly 7mm needles. So it's coming together pretty quickly. The wool I'm using is the Cos by Sadness Garn, I think it's pronounced, and it uses 2 strands of that plus a strand of mohair at the same time. So it's quite thick and it should be very warm. So hopefully I'll finish it soon, so I'll get some wear out of it before it gets too warm to be able to do that. So petite knit patterns, I've made a couple of them in the last couple of months and I find them pretty simple to follow. The great thing about the website is that they've got a section that's all beginner patterns. So I'm able to select from those and be pretty confident that I'm able to tackle those at this point in my knitting journey. So that is pretty much all of my plans for September. Thanks for sticking with me through my very first video here. I'll put links to all of the patterns I'm planning to make in the description below, plus any of the fabrics if any of them are still available. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my plans for September. I'd love to hear what you're planning to make this September. If you've made any of these before, I'd love to hear any advice. And I'll hopefully be back soon with another video talking about my August makes.